Let's talk about a couple of stocks which are in focus on the back of order wins, and Bharat Electronics is on the top of that list. The stock is up nearly 2.5%. In fact, they have received new orders worth 2,500 crores for Ashwini radars from Indian Air Force, and after this order win, their cumulative orders for the full year stand at about 17,100 odd crores. So on the back of new order wins that have come through, the stock is gaining in trade today. BEML, where the company has signed an MOU with Siemens, and they said that the MOU is for semi-high speed and suburban passenger train segments as well as for metro and commuter rail markets. So on the back of this MOU that they've signed, the stock is also gaining in trade today. Let's talk about Hindalco then. Remember, Canada has come out with some retaliatory tariffs against US tariffs on steel and aluminium, and because of this, Novelis, which is Hindalco's only owned subsidiary, is likely to be impacted. In fact, we did talk to a couple of analysts. They believe Hindalco's exposure to standalone Canada will be limited, and hence it is sentimentally negative. Although financially the impact might not be as big, the stock of course is reeling under pressure today. Adani Green, on the back of a brokerage report where Macquarie has initiated coverage with an outperform rating, they've given a target price of 1,200 rupees per share, implying 38% premium even after the run-up that we've seen today. This stock is gaining on the back of this Macquarie initiating coverage report. And lastly, Dalmia Bharat. Remember, this stock was down 5% yesterday. It's down another 1 or 2 odd percent today. This is on the back of news that came in from Tamil Nadu, where the legislative has gone ahead and passed the Tamil Nadu Mineral Bearing Land Act, which means taxes on limestone are expected to increase, because of which prices of cement might go up. And now Dalmia Bharat has clarified that this will have an impact of about 130 crores per annum, which the company will try and pass on to customers. So as of now, positive news coming in for Dalmia Bharat, because they've said that they will be passing on the impact of higher costs. The stock of course has recovered from the lowest point of the day.
All right, thank you very much, Ashesha, for bringing us all of those details about stocks that are in news. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, the tariff news definitely continues to impact the markets globally, and of course several counters right here in India. And on that note, time for us to step into a very short break, but lots more coming up on the other side. You don't go anywhere.
Co-powered by Muthoot Finance Gold Loan Mela. जीतें लाखों के gift vouchers.
In association with Angel One for Everyone, app for smart investing.
In association with LIC, जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी.
In association with 2025 Tiago, it's a chill car.
When the stakes are high and the answers are elusive, there's one voice unafraid to challenge the status quo.
At 8 p.m., I am not here to sugarcoat the truth. I am here to ask the hard questions. Because when others play it safe, I go straight to the heart of the matter. It's not about left or right. It's about what's right for India. It's about holding the powerful accountable.
India Upfront with Pranesh Roy. Weeknights at 8 p.m. only on Times Now. No spin, no compromise, just the truth.
For over 30 years, my journalism has been relentless, fearless, and uncompromised. My stories have breached lofty ivory towers and brought down the high and mighty. And I won't stop.
When the clock strikes 9, it is time for the news hour. Navika Kumar asks the legitimate question.
When your rights are trampled, I will be your voice, demanding answers from the corridors of power.
News Hour at 9 with Navika Kumar.
Journalism is a mission, not just to seek accountability or a fight for justice, but for honesty and integrity. Voicing citizens' concerns and using the truth to demand answers, ensuring that you come first on agenda. Watch News Hour Agenda with me, Maludas Gopalakrishnan, weeknights at 10 o'clock only on Times Now.
When the stakes are high and the answers are elusive, there's one voice unafraid to challenge the status quo.
At 8 p.m., I am not here to sugarcoat the truth. I am here to ask the hard questions. Because when others play it safe, I go straight to the heart of the matter. It's not about left or right. It's about what's right for India. It's about holding the powerful accountable.
India Upfront with Pranesh Roy. Weeknights at 8 p.m. only on Times Now. No spin, no compromise, just the truth.
For over 30 years, my journalism has been relentless, fearless, and uncompromising. My stories have breached lofty ivory towers and brought down the high and mighty. And I won't stop.
When the clock strikes 9, it is time for the News Hour. Navika Kumar asks the legitimate question.
When your rights are trampled, I will be your voice, demanding answers from the corridors of power.
News Hour at 9 with Navika Kumar.
Journalism is a mission, not just to seek accountability or a fight for justice, but for honesty and integrity. Voicing citizens' concerns and using the truth to demand answers, ensuring that you come first on agenda. Watch News Hour Agenda with me, Maludas Gopalakrishnan, weeknights at 10 o'clock only on Times Now.
When the stakes are high and the answers are elusive, there's one voice unafraid to challenge the status quo.
At 8 p.m., I am not here to sugarcoat the truth. I am here to ask the hard questions. Because when others play it safe, I go straight to the heart of the matter. It's not about left or right. It's about what's right for India. It's about holding
Welcome back to Markets at Noon, and definitely the Indian markets are turning choppy, and amidst this volatility, how should you place your bets? Let's try and have an expert opinion on this. And today on the show, we are being joined by Sachin Shah, who is a seasoned fund manager at MK Investment Managers. Hi Sachin, good afternoon. Great to be speaking with you. Sachin, the colors of Holi is definitely indeed on the screen. Some bit of a green and some bit of a red is what we are witnessing right now. It's a Holi feel all around. But Sachin, the question is, when will the markets turn pink? Pink as in, when will we get back to that pink of health for the markets? So firstly, help us understand what's your current take on the markets and how are you navigating this volatility?
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Always a pleasure. So yes, you're right. Clearly, we are seeing a decent amount of volatility in the calendar year 25, since the calendar year 25. Of course, even the last quarter of calendar year 24 was not very great, and it's driven by the global headlines, global flows, and of course, in the last few months also now to do some bit with the domestic economy. But we have to understand this that as equity investor, we have to be ready for a non-linear kind of market movements, and this is also a phase because we've had some fantastic last, I would say, 5 years. Because even if you see today, because in this current financial year, the markets are more or less flat. But in spite of that, with that flat year also, if you see the last 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, all the returns are in the range of 18, 20, 25%. So I think it's just a year where the markets are taking some bit of breather, and obviously this kind of things happen with some kind of headline news. Important thing, as you said, is what is relevant is future. So I think from that perspective, clearly, if you see the current valuations and the risk reward, clearly the large caps seem to be in a much better spot at this point in time. Mid caps and small caps will have to, it will be very, very bottoms up, very, very company specific, where the earnings growth will have to be very solid. The tailwind over there may not be there what it was there for the last 2, 3 years as far as both from the investor's perspective and also from the ground level business perspective. So I think large caps will be relatively easy to invest and make some decent returns over the next at least 12 to 18 months.
Right, Sachin, and it seems that this global uncertainty is going to be the new normal, at least in the near term, especially as far as the tariff front is concerned. But, one sector that's been widely impacted by that news coming in from geopolitical uncertainty has been the IT pack, which is seemingly under stress. So how are you placing your bets in this setup so far as the IT space is concerned?
Yeah, see, I think not only IT, but most of these export businesses today, there is a lot of anxiety around it, right? That because of tariffs, how will they get impacted? Because of some slowdown in the US economy, if at all, because tariffs may start hurting the US economy earlier than anybody else. So, a lot of this anxiety all around. I think the way we are approaching the whole thing is that each of the businesses where we are invested in, the question that we have to ask ourselves is that what is the value proposition that the company that we are invested in is offering to their customers, be it domestic, be it global, be it in US, be it in Europe, wherever it is. If they have a strong value proposition and they have certain domain expertise, which is what they are delivering to their customers, these are there in that sense that this will be all very short term knee-jerk reactions rather than any structural challenges. So, coming specifically to IT, we believe that some of the large IT companies, I think they have some fantastic value proposition in terms of, say today, when we talk about the cloud, and from that cloud perspective, I think the data migration is going to be a very, very large opportunity, and which is where some of these large IT companies have created expertise, they have developed skills for their teams. And that is where I think, and if you look at some of the order inflows, order books that they've, new orders that they have actually, won over the last 1 year, I think they are really, really large orders. It's just a question of execution. My sense is that that should start happening sometime in the second quarter of calendar year 25. Which is in the next month or so. I think we will see that happening. And so we believe that IT companies today, I think are, at least the large IT companies are available at very reasonable valuations. And to earn double-digit returns, a decent double-digit return for the next 3 to 4 years is a very, very high probability.
All right, so that's the take on the IT space. But Sachin, we got your view on the markets, we got your view on the IT space. I wish to post a very direct question that in this recent market fall, have you been participating or deploying some bit of money? And if yes, then which sectors look attractive to you, where you have already tried to put in some money, or you're still waiting on the sidelines for the right valuation metrics to hit?
No, sure. We believe that this is a good opportunity. So that's what we are telling our investors that this is a good time to actually allocate money to equities as an asset class. And specifically, I think we believe that from a risk reward perspective, from overall valuations perspective, from the business outlook perspective over the next 2, 3, 4 quarters, one sector that we believe should definitely do much better than the overall markets is the banking sector, and of course within that, the private sector banking and some of the leaders over there, we believe are available at very reasonable valuations today, and they should be able to deliver decent double-digit returns over the next 3 to 5. I mean, they're clearly at the current valuations, they offer a good compounding returns for the next 3 to 5 years.
Right, Sachin. Let me also touch upon a very important, point that all of us have been wondering, and of course, all market participants are also wondering. Now, GDP and IIP figures, which came out yesterday, have displayed better than expected numbers. So, is there some sense that FIIs will be gaining confidence and will be looking at the India market? Will they make a comeback soon?
If you look at the data, right, if you take from January 1, 2024, say, and if you take the next 9 months data, say the 30th September 2024, they invested almost 2 lakh crores, the first 9 months of calendar year 24. From October 24, they started selling, and for this last 6 months, nearly from October 24 to say mid of March 25, I think they've sold a little more than 2 lakh. So my sense is, from that perspective, a good amount of whatever large buying was done in a hurry, or whatever that momentum money which was chasing equities at any price seems to have kind of already withdrawn from the markets. And if you look at the other data point on the debt side, we have seen very decent, very consistent, and also I would say a little bit of acceleration in terms of the FPI flows on the debt side. So I think that it's just a question of time. We will see a good amount of FII money in equity markets also today, because there is a reasonable amount of risk reward favorable for a lot of large cap companies, which is where generally FIIs would like to invest. And with currency also being relatively stable, I think we should see that FPI flows coming back at least in sometime in FY25.
All right, hopefully soon, Sachin. But with this, would like to thank you for taking the time out and speaking with us this afternoon. Pleasure having you. But with this, viewers,